Hey everyone, it's Phineas Finity 294 here once again, and these are my off topics for April 7th, 2014. I gotta say, my Easter this year was really good. I'm really enjoying my Easter this year. We have the films that are coming this week. Rio 2, we have Rio 2, which is coming this Friday in USA. And it came to my country in the UK as well a couple days ago. I actually saw Rio 2 in theaters on day release. I saw Rio 2 on day release in theaters at Kinepolis, Valencia. I saw Rio 2 in Kinepolis, Valencia. That movie theater on day release, the day it came out in my area. I thought it was not too bad. It was decent. But The Bad Guys 2 is a way better Blue Sky sequel than Rio 2, to be honest. Even though it has a bit of flaws, I'm not going to tell you some of these stuff from Rio 2 because the film won't be out until Friday in America. We have the teaser for Rio 2. Beaver 2 is number 2 in the box office. That film was amazing. That is one of my favorite movies of this year, next to Lego Movie. Outstanding and excellent movie right there, Beaver Tail. We have the films that are now playing on the top box office. Beaver Tail deserves to be on the number 2 of the top box office. Amazing, outstanding movie. My opinion got better every time I watch it. We have the films that are coming soon. I mean, we have the stuff for the certified fresh picks. Sorry, starting. This is the certified fresh picks right there. I heard The Simpsons is getting a couch gag to celebrate Super Mario Galaxy on the episode that's coming in April 27th. Which I'm really curious what's going to be the couch gag. Maybe The Simpsons could be at the couch and then the star from Super Mario Galaxy flies through the planet to the Mushroom Kingdom. Or maybe to the Gateway Galaxy. That would be nice. And then Rosalina will be here with the Lumas to watch something. And that will be the couch gag. I think this is my prediction for the couch gag for The Simpsons for the April 27th episode for season 25 of the show. Really curious about that couch gag. And by the way, I heard Fox is airing the Mario Bros. Movie, the Mario Galaxy, coming out in a couple weeks, which is nice. If you've seen the Mario Galaxy movie news video, you'll probably know what I mean. I heard in a couple weeks, Dexter's Laboratory will turn 18 years old. What a coincidence. The couch gag to celebrate Super Mario Galaxy coming out for The Simpsons for the episode that's coming that day. It will be the same day that Dexter's Laboratory turns 18 years old, which that show was a big part of my childhood. I loved Dexter's Laboratory when I was little. It's a classic. That show is a big part of my childhood. That is a great show. Dexter's Laboratory. I used to watch the show a lot when I was a kid. That was part of my childhood. And another thing I really love about Beaver Tail, what I love about Beaver Tail, this movie is a love letter to Pikmin and Chad and Cyrus, 2 of Chris Mandary's TV shows he created. And also, this movie is also a love letter to the crew who worked on this movie, like Steven Hillenburg, the producer of the movie, which he created SpongeBob SquarePants, which is a classic, which I really love. SpongeBob SquarePants, a great show on Nickelodeon. That show was a huge part of my childhood. I loved SpongeBob SquarePants. That show was part of my childhood. As well as Dan Meyer, who is one of the team who worked on Beaver Tail, who created one of my favorite Disney shows, Phineas and Ferb, as well as Benelit Work, who worked in this movie, which he created one of the best shows I watched from Cartoon Network, which is one of my favorite TV shows, Adventure Time. I actually watched an episode of that show today on Boeing, and I watched a couple episodes today. It was great. I really enjoyed Adventure Time. That's an awesome show on Cartoon Network. That's a great show. Easy, one of Cartoon Network's best works recently next to the Amazing World Gumball, a regular show. Speaking of Amazing World Gumball, I actually watched an episode of that show, Boeing, recently. It was great. It is obviously a movie that is pretty much a love letter to some of the animated TV shows that the crew of Beavertail created, like SpongeBob SquarePants, Pikmin, Chud and Cyrus, Adventure Time, Phineas and Ferb, those shows. Even though these shows aren't by Universal, they're from other series. Pikmin, Chud and Cyrus are from Universal, and SpongeBob SquarePants is from Nickelodeon, and Phineas and Ferb is from Disney, and Adventure Time is from Cartoon Network. But I gotta say, they had a great time working on Beavertail. By the way, did you know this movie took 6 years to produce? This movie took 6 years to produce. It started production in 2008. It started production in 2008 when Illumination Entertainment was recently a brand new animation studio. Back in 2008, they worked on Beavertail. They also working on Despicable Me as well as Beavertail. I have a little theory that Beavertail was always going to be the second movie by Illumination Entertainment after Despicable Me, but however, they decided to work on the movie even more and delay the film a couple years later so they could take their time for their work. But however, in 2011, we got an animated Universal film by Film District and Summertime Entertainment, which is Element City, which is an awesome movie. I might rewatch Element City. I haven't watched Element City for a while. The last time I watched Element City was back in summer 2012 on Canal Plus One. That's the last time I watched Element City, which I might rewatch that film at some point. I had the film on DVD. I actually got the movie on DVD back in November 2011 when it was first released in 2011 in November in my country, in Spain, on DVD. As a matter of fact, this was the final Universal animated film to have the Universal logo that was released in 1997. And later on, 2012 through onwards, the lower ads, they introduced the 2012 Universal Pictures logo, which is the logo we have now, which, yeah. And by the way, I'm actually having another Easter break next week, beginning in April 17th, the same day that the Mario Galaxy movie comes to McDonald's in my country, which, that's gonna be awesome. And by the way, I'm very surprised I'm gonna have a lot of vacation during April. That's gonna be exciting. This is hands down the best April I ever had, next to April 2011. Speaking of Cartoon Network, I heard Clarence, the new show, is coming next Monday on Cartoon Network, which I'm not sure about that show. Will be good, will be mediocre, will be meh. Don't know yet. But I hope Clarence is at least a good show. It won't be as good as Better Time or Amazing World Gumball, but it will be a fun show. Hope it's better than Uncle Grandpa, which I wasn't a big fan of Uncle Grandpa. But I hope Clarence is better than Problem Solvers, which I hate the Problem Solvers. That show was terrible. And Secret Mountain for Awesome, that show was atrocious too. I despise Secret Mountain for Awesome. But I gotta say, at least the Problem Solvers and Secret Mountain for Awesome were never aired in my area of Spain whatsoever because of how bad those shows are. My area and other countries had no choice to never air the show in European territories and Latin America, which very lucky these shows were never in my country. But I gotta say this, I would rather watch Uncle Grandpa over Problem Solvers and Secret Miner for Awesome any day. Yep, I said this. I would rather watch Uncle Grandpa over Problem Solvers and Secret Miner for Awesome any day. That's what I want to say. By the way, Three Dog Band, the third season is coming next month in May. Season 3 of Three Dog Band is coming next month, which I'm really excited for the third season coming next month. It's going to be great. And I heard we're getting the movie this summer, which I'm very excited for the movie Three Dog Band, the movie World Tour, which I'm definitely seeing that movie in theaters. Coming to me who's a fan of Three Dog Band, which Three Dog Band is an awesome show from Nickelodeon. Is it one of the better modern Nickelodeon shows? It has great animation, great characters, great songs, great episodes, and my favorite characters in Three Dog Band are Sly, which is the leader of the Three Dog Band crew, and Luby. Luby is hilarious. I love Luby. He's Luby. You know, the small one from the Three Dog Band. Yes, that guy, Luby. He's an amazing character. He's hilarious. He's so funny. I love the moments when Luby's on screen. I always laugh at some of the moments that Luby does in Three Dog Band, like he does a thumbs up without talking. Luby is so hilarious. I love Luby. He's hilarious. I love Luby. Yes, this guy right there. That character was hilarious. I love Luby. He's an awesome character from Three Dog Band. He's awesome. He's one of my favorite characters of the show next to Sly. Sly is right there. He's the leader of the Three Dog Band crew. And yes, I did watch Three Dog Band today on Clan. I watched the episode from season 2 where Luby was playing a flute, and then Sly was having an idea about making a flute stand to make more money for the Three Dog Band World Tour concert, and went the tickets for a special theme park, which the episode was great. I really enjoyed the episode.